Welcome back, Toastmasters and guests. We will now be doing the evaluation portion of the prepared speeches of our meeting. Today, we had two exceptional presentations, both of which made us reflect on ourselves, on our leadership style, and how our attitude can change the world around us. First, we had Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr presentation was titled, Your Attitude Change Your World. Your Attitude Change Your World. It is from the presentation mastery pathway. It is level 1, project 2. For this project, Abu was charged with doing a presentation for which he will get feedback, and then he will redo the presentation or a second presentation using the feedback he received. Tonight, I love Abu Bakr's storytelling technique. I was engrossed in his presentation. I wanted to know what was going to happen next. You are working for someone and you're using inferior material. You are not doing the best job possible. Some of us may be able to relate to that. Some of us may have found ourselves in that situation or knew someone in that situation. So his storytelling technique made it relatable. He excelled with his storytelling technique and engrossing his audience, bringing his audience into his presentation. Excellent job on that. What I would like to challenge Abu on is the lighting in his presentation. We know Abu, so we know that's him, but he appeared to be darkened. Maybe if you adjust the light, have the light in front as opposed to the rear, when you're doing your presentation, it will help your audience to see you better. I knew you were making hand gestures. I knew you were animated with your body, but I could not differentiate what the facial expressions were, what the hand gestures were. So my challenge is to work on the lighting. In your presentation, for clarity, spoken language is clear and easily understood. I gave you a 5. Use of tone, speed, volume as a tool. Again, I gave you a 5. Eye contact. Effectively use eye contact to engage audience. I gave you a 3 for the reasons I mentioned before. For gesture, use physical gestures effectively. Again, I gave you a 3. Audience awareness, demonstrate awareness of audience, engagement, and needs. I gave you a 5 for that. Comfort level, appeared comfortable with the audience. Again, 5, you were enthusiastic, you were confident. Your comfort level, 5. Interest, engage audience with interesting, well-constructed content. Loved it, loved your content. The twist at the end where the contractor was building his own house, amazing. It can be a movie script. Excellent job. I love the ending and I'm sure we all did. So for interest, engage audience with interesting, well-constructed content. Again, I gave you a 5. Topic, share aspects of his share for the topic. Again, your topic was related to how your attitude can change your world. I was looking for the change in the attitude of the contractor. We appreciated the twist at the end, but the topic did not tie well into the conclusion. So again, I will challenge you to have your topic tie well into your conclusion. So for that, I gave you a 4. All in all, Abu, you did an excellent job with this presentation. A round of applause for Abu. And now, Angela. Shehan, would you be interested in giving Angela feedback?
All right, sure, I'll do. In life, we always try our best to find the leader hidden inside of us. Today, our esteemed speaker, Angela, gave me that feeling, the inspiration to find that speaker hidden inside of me. Congratulations, Angela, for successfully completing your project. So today, based on your evaluation, I'll be pointing out 3 points where you excelled and 2 points where you could have done in a better way. Let's start with the very first element that you had, interactive engagement. This is something that I haven't we rarely see in Toastmasters prepared speeches. It's very difficult to have interactive engagement with the audience while you are speaking. But you had that live element within your speech while incorporating your story, your speech with the rest of the people in the audience. You ask question directly, what do you think about my leadership style would be? What do you think about it? What can you think about my leadership style when you see me? So that is kind of like a good strategic way to do a speech. That interactive engagement is very important because you give the feeling that your speech is lively and present. And also I should remind you that she also used she also referred to the Toastmaster of the day, how he used the different styles of leadership. So that gives us the idea that you are not just doing a prepared speech, but you are at the moment live right now in the moment. This is something very rarely that we see in a Toastmaster prepared speech, because you are not lively present in the speech while you are doing that in the speech. You had that, kudos to that. And also the storytelling element, which is again amazing. You told about your friend who had this different way of approaching leadership. He asked from his peers, and then again he do whatever he wants to do. So it's kind of like a fusion of democracy and authoritative figure, but actually it's authoritative, but hidden inside of it's kind of like you're showing off that you are a democratic leader. It's a nice story, and it's something unexpected, and it's also it's authentic, realistic. I mean, it's what is happening right there in countries and all across the world. So you have correctly appointed that as well, so kudos to that. So to point of recommendations, I would come to this point, the vocal variations. Now, you have an amazing voice and a voice, an angelic voice, and a coaching voice. I think you could have made it a bit varied by using the pitch, the pace, and the pauses by controlling these 4 Ps, pitch, pace, pauses, and projection, the voice, the loudness of the voice. That would add some sort of interesting elements to your speech. That would be, rather than having it in a monotonous tone, it would be so powerful if you had some vocal variations in it. And also the screen looked a bit stagnated while you are doing the speech. You could have use some open gestures. You can lean on to the camera and then made it so present that the interactive with the screen rather than having a bit stagnated screen. And a bit of a technical recommendation. Now, even though you had a presentation with you, you rarely interacted with the slides that you had in the presentation. We didn't see a kind of a good direct relationship with you speech, and we saw the slides, but I thought that you could have lean on a bit and tell us how the slides incorporated to your core message. So that would be a very great job if you could have done it. And also a small a recommendation on the background, virtual background. Now we see we see another big picture of yours, which kind of bit distracting. I think if you could have at least made it blurred, it would be best for us to, without any distraction, we'll be looking at you directly, and the conversation will be more lively and more genuine and authentic. It's amazing. So that's all. Overall, she had some sort of a rare element that we see in Toastmaster speech, which is an interactive engagement with the live audience at the moment, which is amazing. Kudos to that. You had the storytelling element as well. So, and as point of recommendation, I recommend you to have a bit of vocal variations and some technical perspectives with the use of slides and all. All right, and congratulations for finishing such a wonderful speech. And thank you very much for inspiring me to find my leader inside of me. Over to you.
Thank you.
Excellent evaluation, Shehan. Great job. Guys, we are almost at the end of our meeting today, but before we go, I must announce the winner of the table topic section of our meeting, and today that was Shehan. Congratulations. Your table topic session was the one everyone voted on as the best. Excellent job. Next week, I will be in addition to my opening greeting, my opening message, I will be doing a mini workshop on how to do a table topic presentation. The opening, how to greet your audience, how you can construct the body of your table topic, and how to close your table topic. That will be in addition to my usual opening greeting. So I look forward to having you all next week for the mini workshop. Also, before we close, Otman, I believe this is your first meeting with us.
Yes, it's first meeting.
Awesome. Tell us what you thought of our meeting this evening.
I think I never, because I joined a lot of the club, maybe virtual or real, but I think this we have experience in especially when the evaluation the Shehan and you, it's so grateful, and it's amazing and fantastic. I really note some details in all of the points I see in digital evaluation, and I see, oh, you are guys the best.
Thank you, Atman. And we look forward to having you with us again next week. Guys, we must all be here because we all believe we can improve, whether it's public speaking or in being a leader. Toastmasters' motto is where leaders are made. So apart from speaking well, we are here to work on our leadership skill. And one aspect of that is what Abu and Shehan pointed out. You must reflect on yourself. Evaluate yourself.
Pardon, Edward, are you about to conclude the meeting?
Yes.
I have the accountant's report to deliver.
What? My apologies. Please do. The
Yes.
accounting report from Shehan.
Yeah, okay. Toastmasters and guests, before I move ahead with the report, let me remind you what the purpose of our counters role. And don't mind the dogs barking out there. Yes, usually they are a bit annoying. So our counters role in a Toastmasters meeting is to encourage you to use less filler words. Of course, it's natural for us to make filler words and use filler words within our speech. But what we are trying to do here in Toastmasters is to make let you have an environment where you can improve without filler words and our words like ahs and ooms and other words that we make in the middle. It's okay if you had a count larger than 10. It's okay. It's all of us are here to learn. And also, see, I'm also having some ahs and oohs in the middle. So it's okay. And it's totally natural to have those words. First and foremost, I would start with our Toastmaster of the day, Edward Young. And in his opening speech, he had only one R sound, but there was this repetition of the same idea. There was the couple of times you mentioned there are times you need to be authoritative, assertive. There was a repetition of the idea. I believe it could be in a minimum way so that it will be better in next time. And Ananya Roy, there were only 2 R's in her speech as the table topic master. But I noticed that she was using the word so and yeah as a filler word when she was talking. So yeah, we can improve on that as well, no worries. And again, we had Amrit, a nice speech. And unfortunately, you had more than 5 so it's totally fine. We can work on that. And you didn't have any filler words, anything like that. Only a few arms. And we had Abu Bakr Abubakar, in his speech, had only one us, but he used the word right and like as fillers there. So it is noticeable. The word like and right were there as filler words. And Angela, she had only one arm, and she used to she used the word and as a filler. So not in the conjunctive purpose, but as a filler word. So I noticed that. And Mike, you had more than 5 hours. It's okay, but, and no filler words in the middle. Yes, that's pretty much it for me as the accountant's report. Back to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shehan. That is very important, the accountant's report. So great job, excellent job in giving us the accounting report. I must watch repeating my ideas. Thank you for pointing that out to me. I like to tell the story of my origin at Toastmasters, where my favorite word was right, and I was saying right 17 times in a 3-minute presentation. And when the accountant gave its report, I was shocked because I didn't realize I used that word so often. And now I don't say right that much, except for just now. Thanks to our accounting report, it helped me remove that crutch from my presentation. Patricia, you made it.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I just got home. Yes. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Patricia.
Miss a lot.
Yes.
To the house.
Yes. Well, today our team was finding your leadership style. And as several of our Toastmasters and guests pointed out, we must do a self-reflection. We must assess ourselves and be honest with yourself. Where have you been successful? What was the style you were using when you were successful? How could you have been more successful? When you fail, what leadership style were you using when you fail? How could you have improved and learned from that mistake? I urge you all in the opening not to become entrenched in any one leadership style. For a different situation will call for a different leadership style. Angela pointed out that you can always do what you want and keep everyone happy by having secret polls and telling them, oh, we all agreed on it. I love that. Why didn't I think of that? But the ultimate objective is to unify your team, is to keep your team together and to achieve the ultimate goal. Guys, no one of us will have all the answers. Don't be afraid to be democratic when you need to be. But as a leader, it is my belief, and I impress on you, have a vision, have an end goal. Where do you want to be? Where do you want to lead your team? Do you want to just get by? Or do you want to be exceptional? Do you want your team to accomplish all their tasks, all their goals, and be recognized as the best? If that is it, share your vision with your team. Help your team grow. You will not always be democratic. You shouldn't. You should not always be assertive. You should not always be autocratic. At times, you will need to be, as Shehan pointed out, dynamic, a collaboration of many different leadership styles. But be able to assess the situation you're in and adapt adequately. Reflect. Take a moment, look at yourself. Be honest with yourself. Look at the situation you're in and incorporate the style that will best serve your team. And at all times, have a vision and make your vision the vision of your team. Toastmasters and guests, thank you all for a great meeting. Hopefully, I'll see you all next week. Well, see you all next week.
So I think